New information on a deadly hit-and-run case in Lexington.
A well-known businessman in Somerset has died, and many here in the community say that loss is going to be felt for decades.
And a new report has good news for college graduates.
This is WKYT News at 5:30.
New information is coming in tonight in a deadly hit and run in Lexington.
A man died overnight after he was hit along New Circle Road near Industry Road. Late this afternoon, police released a surveillance picture from the scene of the crash. The first car is believed to have hit the man. The second swerved to miss him. Police are now trying to track down both drivers. WKYT's Garrett Weimer is live for us with our top story at 5:30. Garrett?
Yeah, police are asking for help finding whoever hit 52-year-old Roger Morrison, took off, and left him here to die.
I mean, that's awful to hear something like that. It's such a tragedy, you know, for the family. And I can't believe the person didn't stop. You know, that's the part that's really sad.
Joe Milton works near the intersection where Morrison was found. He says it's a scary spot because people are constantly crossing 4 lanes of traffic. Police say they think that's what happened this morning. Around 4:30, police say a man driving on New Circle near Industry Road saw a body lying in the road. They say surveillance video shows a dark 4-door car hitting him, which threw his body forward several feet. A second car then swerved to avoid hitting him.
Several cars that passed, probably another 4 or 5 cars that drove past the victim as he laid in the roadway before one of them finally stopped and started to wave people down. That gentleman's the one that called us and reported it.
Joe Milton says it's sad to see what happened out here today, but he's thankful it doesn't happen even more, considering how often people cross there.
It's multiple people, sometimes some of the same people going back and forth all times of the day and night. When it gets dark, you know, it's lit up, but it's still, as a matter of fact, there's someone coming right now. It's hard to, you know, I can't believe that they don't stop or really pay attention and are just walking.
Police say they're still looking for more surveillance video to help them identify who hit Roger Morrison. They're looking either for video of the collision or of the car pulling in somewhere to check for damage. Live in Lexington, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
Garrett, thank you. Police say the car that hit him likely has damage to the front passenger side and windshield.
What started as a missing persons case now has police searching for a murder suspect. Police say a woman's body was found in a well in Wayne County after receiving a tip. Police now say they're searching for a suspect, 29-year-old Joseph A. Jones. Investigators have not released the victim's identity. We'll have more on the investigation ahead on WKYT News coming up shortly at 6.
A well-known Pulaski County businessman has died 6 weeks after he was wounded in an accidental shooting.
Ward Carell died last night at UK Hospital. He owned Cumberland Lake Shell and some other businesses in the Somerset area. As Caitlin Setner reports, people there say the loss will be felt for decades.
Gosh, if you just look around, he is an icon.
Locals say Somerset wouldn't be Somerset if it weren't for Ward Carell. He was a well-known businessman owning Cumberland Lake Shell, which encompasses most Shell gas stations in and around the county. He owned a shopping center, among other businesses, and made many contributions.
If you look at Summer Splash Water Park, he donated the land for that, for the Cal Ripken Little League fields, the Somerset Christian School, and you could go on and on.
The 68-year-old died Thursday, according to the Pulaski County Sheriff. Deputies said he had accidentally shot himself back in early March and was listed in critical condition. It's a loss the community is feeling. Just as a reference for how impactful Ward Carell was to the community, looking at the local paper today, there's a full-page spread about giving with a quote from him. "I know giving gets more. It's absolute true," the paper quotes Carell.
He was a wonderful person, whether you talked with him on the phone or you met him personally, and everybody knew Ward Carell.
So I don't think he's a person that wanted to give it away just for the sake of giving it away in the publicity. I think he tried to use his money to encourage people to do better, that it wasn't just a handout.
Mayor Eddie Girdler says there aren't many people left like Carell, people that care to give back so much.
I think it's a big loss, and right now there's really nobody to replace him.
The mayor says he wants the city to memorialize Correll in some way. In Pulaski County, Caitlin Setner, WKYT.
The sheriff's office says its investigation into Correll's death is ongoing. Deputies still do not think foul play was involved in the shooting in March.
A man accused in a deadly crash was sentenced this morning. Our county-by-county coverage at 5:30 begins in Lincoln County. Brady Henderson was charged with murder for the crash on US 150 in Stanford in July of last year. Police say Henderson lost control of his car, causing it to hit a rock wall before overturning. Henderson had 2 prior DUIs. His passenger, Jacob Miller, was killed. Today, Henderson pled guilty to a lesser charge of manslaughter. He's expected to receive 8 years in prison. He'll be sentenced for manslaughter. In Montgomery County, a court date has been scheduled for a school bus driver who was arrested for a DUI while on the job. Ryan Fletcher was arrested Wednesday afternoon at Camargo Elementary School. He's scheduled to appear before a judge on Monday. But the county clerk's office tells us that because Fletcher bonded out of jail last night, it's likely his arraignment will be pushed back. Fletcher has been suspended from his job with Montgomery County Schools. And in Mercer County, a man is in jail charged in a 30-year-old sexual abuse case. Deputies with the Boyle County Sheriff's Office arrested 68-year-old Ronald Pennington earlier this week. The sheriff says the crimes happened in the late 70s and early 80s and involved a juvenile who just recently came forward. Pennington is charged with rape, sodomy, and 2 counts of sexual abuse.
We had a few storms roll through the bluegrass this afternoon, but looks like it's clearing up slowly for the weekend. Let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey with an early look at the weekend forecast.
Yeah, Sam, we get rid of these thunderstorms over the next couple of hours, and from there it's clear sailing into our Saturday and Sunday. Still, though, a little choppy waters out there. Before we get into the clear sailing into parts of southeastern Kentucky, very intense thunderstorm that we're tracking on your Defender radar network right now. A little broken line of thunderstorms actually stretching from just to the southwest of Hazard toward parts of Knox County as of now. And look at the amount of lightning. We may get enough small hail out of this to cover the ground here into sections of Leslie County. A little farther to the north, thunder and lightning right on top of the Natural Bridge State Resort Park area, and that is a little thunderstorm that is working its way down sections of the Mountain Parkway. Lexington Metro, calm and clear for a change. And to the north we go. One more little round of some showers and maybe a rumble of thunder heading toward the Covington, Cincinnati area, parts of northern Kentucky. That will try to scoot in here over the next few hours, but by then we're going to lose what little heating of the day we've had. Low and mid 60s now in many areas. Monticello, warm spot 72. You've avoided a lot of those thunderstorms. Out and about this evening, any thunderstorm will give way to a mainly clear sky, calm sky by 11 o'clock with temperatures upper 40s to around 50. That'll set the stage for a much better weekend, and we'll time it out with the hour-by-hour forecast in just a few minutes.
Chris, thank you. A new factory is expected to create more than 100 jobs in Boone County. Today, Governor Bevin announced Sherwood Bedding will locate a new mattress production facility in Walton. The independently owned manufacturer will invest about $11 million in its operation, creating some 150 jobs. The new operation could open as soon as next month and will be the company's 4th U.S. factory. A case heading to the Kentucky Supreme Court will decide if someone can identify through legal action anonymous users on the internet. The Herald Leader reports Bill Hickman, a lawyer and chairman for the Pikeville-Pike County Airport Board, is trying to sue users of the website Topics who accused him of abusing his power. He wants Topics and the local internet service provider to give him the names of his critics. 2 of those users who mocked Hickman have also hired lawyers under the names John Doe 1 and 2. They argue before Hickman can sue, he must prove that their statements are false. The case will be heard Wednesday in Frankfort.
Next month, college seniors around this country will be graduating and looking for work and jobs. A new survey shows there's some good news. College senior Catherine Garita lives with her parents and commutes to Arapahoe College in New Jersey. She graduates next month and is sending out resumes hoping to land a job.
Are you anxious, hopeful?
I'm really anxious. It's the idea of walking up and not really having a job while my classmates already have jobs is kind of nerve-wracking for me.
A new study from CareerBuilder.com is providing some promising news. The survey found 67% of employers plan to hire college grads this year. That's the highest amount since 2007. Career Builder's Michael Irwin.
There are more jobs out there. Companies have more cash, so they're willing to bring more people on. We're also seeing that people are feeling more comfortable with retiring. And as they leave the workforce, that's opening a lot more doors for people coming in as entry level.
Companies say they're looking for grads with degrees in business, computers, engineering, and math.
Those are those specialty areas. Those are those areas that continue to have that skills gap, and employers are having a hard time filling them. So if you're coming out in those areas, you're going to have an easy time.
Garita did not study one of those fields. She wants to be a social worker.
My fingers are crossed right now.
She's hoping to hear something soon, so she'll have a job to go to after graduation. And more good news, 1/3 of businesses are also planning to offer college grads more money this year, especially in certain fields.
Several Kentucky churches are looking to help those across the globe. That story is about 5 minutes away from here on WKYT.
I'm Phil Pendleton in Wayne County at 6 o'clock. The latest on a bizarre investigation that began as a missing person case and ended with what they say is now a murder investigation and the hunt for a suspect.
Visit our fireplace showroom or shop online at barnhillchimney.com.
Get ready for Kroger's Kentucky Derby Festival, April 28th through Derby Eve, and be a part of America's greatest community festival with 9 full days of local and national act concerts, the infamous Chow Wagon, various festival events, and more. Admission is free with a 2016 Pegasus pen, $5 at your neighborhood Kroger, and $7 at events.
Hurry into Kroger and save on pork. Get boneless chops, back ribs, or tenderloin for $2.99 a pound. And Kroger cheese is just $1.88 at Kroger.
Save now with Ashley Home Store's lowest prices of the season. This week, buy one, get one 50% off store-wide. Save hundreds on exclusive sofas, beds, dining tables, and more. Buy one item like this nailhead trim sectional and get one item half off, like this queen sleigh bed, now only $4.99. Buy this table and 4 chairs, get the buffet in China half off. Or pay no interest for 48 months with no minimum purchase. This sofa is less than $1 a day. Save now. Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Thanks for coming today. I want each of you to grab a 2x8 and cut it. You'll have 2 saws to choose from. You all chose the best tool for the job. Wouldn't it make sense to make the same choice when it comes to your truck?
Absolutely.
This is the 2016 Chevy Silverado.
Nice.
A good-looking pickup.
Incredible.
I love it.
Find your tag and get a total value of $9,000 on this Silverado Double Cab All-Star. See your Kentucky Select Chevy dealers.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
With Whitaker Bank's new home equity loan, I only had to pay 1% of my balance back monthly.
Whitaker Bank lets qualified applicants borrow up to 90% of your home's value to use now or down the road.
I had 0 closing costs with the help of Whitaker Bank and the power of the equity in my home.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Here's to good times, to fast times, to the moments when time seems to stop, to the tailgaters and the railbirds, the long shots and the big wins. Here's to friends, new and old, and to the 16 spring days when it all comes together for one world-class event. The Keeneland Spring Meet, April 8th through the 29th.
Can you help me figure out what to plant in my front yard to help our curb appeal?
Sorry, I just started working here last week, so I'm not sure. Hey, can you help her find some plants?
Sorry, kid. I work in the plumbing department.
Can you help me figure out what to plant to help our curb appeal?
Piece of cake. First, you need a few dwarf boxwoods over there. Supplement those with a crate. Take your curb appeal to the next level. At King's Gardens, we share your passion for plants.
Keep up with the latest news on WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
Lexington Mayor Jim Gray has released his first major ad in his bid to unseat Republican Senator Rand Paul this November.
The 30-second ad focuses on Gray's business experience in building a construction company with sales topping $1 billion a year. Campaign finance reports showing that both Paul and Gray had $1.5 million on hand at the end of March. Gray's campaign account was bolstered by his $1 million loan to his campaign. Gray, of course, the Lexington mayor, facing 6 other candidates in next month's Democratic primary.
Today, Maker's Mark announced plans to feature a new commemorative bottle featuring American Pharoah. Maker's Mark said the bottle comes in anticipation for the 2016 racing season. The Bourbon Company and the Zayat family plan to take a portion of the sales and make a donation benefiting the Kentucky Derby Museum. The limited edition bottle will be available at select locations nationwide beginning May 1st.
Some churches are going global by helping to feed hungry children. This morning, volunteers packed Scott County's Grace Christian Church to help out an event called Feed My Starving Children. Volunteers filled bags with rice and vegetables. Those bags will be sent to a warehouse in Chicago and later given out to children starving in third world countries.
It's amazing. I mean, Grace Christian is an awesome church. It's been a fantastic church to partner with their heart and their mission to act locally and engage globally. It's just a real blessing to be part of.
And the amount of food packed at Grace Christian will feed an estimated 700 children a day for 1 year.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Showers, thunderstorms right on cue today, coming at us in little waves. In between, sunshine and mostly sunny skies showing up on the majority of those live sky cams. Jackson, a little threatening with a thunderstorm in the distance. Notice how we've cleaned up that sky here into Lexington and Frankfort, though that Lexington cam looking toward the southeast, you can see the top of one of those thunderstorms now cruising down the Mountain Parkway. Temperatures much cooler across central and eastern Kentucky. It's only 59 into Moorhead and Maysville, where we had the ground covered by hail just a little bit ago. 72 Monticello. We've kind of avoided those showers and thunderstorms. Winds right now are coming at us from the north, and that is a cooler wind. Look at folks around the Lake Michigan area downstream. Upper 40s to low 50s this afternoon. No, thank you. We're not talking about anything like that. You get these thunderstorms on through here, and eventually the pattern turns really nice again for the weekend. Nice little complex of thunderstorms here from Knox County, just to the southeast of Barberville, up into sections of Leslie County, south of Hyden, especially getting hammered right now. That's a ton of lightning that is showing up. Big time noisemaker, and I guarantee you that's got a little pea-sized hail with it to the southeast of the Hyden area. Maybe a little touch of some hail here, cruising down the Mountain Parkway into Wolfe County. From Stanton down toward the Campton area, showers, thunderstorms slowly working through. Then all of a sudden, skies clear up into the Lexington metro. One more little round of some spotty showers trying to dive south around that spiraling area of low pressure. Chances are a lot of that will begin to die out over the next hour and change. How do we look as we roll into Saturday? 46 tomorrow morning, a few clouds around. Eastern Kentucky, I think you're going to start cloudy. Then into the afternoon, sun breaks out 65 to 70 degrees. Concentrate on Lexington. Hour by hour forecast. 7 o'clock this evening with a threat for a shower thunderstorm still by that time. 11 o'clock rolls around. There's a little nip in the air, 53 degrees. 40s to begin the day tomorrow. Skies will really brighten up into the afternoon. 65 to 70. I'm putting a 70 on the board to be optimistic. I'm feeling good. It's a Friday. It's a weekend. 49 around for your Saturday evening at 11 o'clock or so. Sunday morning, chilly, but boy, it's a quick turnaround toward the 70s. Most areas mid to upper 70s will flirt with 80 before the day is over, and skies stay almost full sunshiny as we go into Sunday. I just make it up as it goes sometimes with the words. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 3-day threat track. Green is good. Nothing to really talk about during this time. Yes, the potential is there for a little cloud or two, but if that's all we're talking about, it's a pretty good looking forecast, isn't it? And that will carry us into early next week as temperatures begin to really climb. So again, tomorrow we'll start out the day with some clouds. Hang in there. Gets better into the afternoon. 80 on Sunday to wrap up the weekend. Low 80s Monday. And then the long range call through the final days of April. Wow. April just about to go bye-bye on us. Upper 70s to low 80s next week. Daily threat for a shower or thunderstorm.
Hello, summer on Sunday, right?
Yes, Sunday looks really good. On and off next week. Any one day could hit 80 degrees through the next week. I'm looking at Kentucky Derby week already. You know, I like to look way down the road. I don't like what I'm seeing right now.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll talk about it later.
Well, you definitely won't like what we're seeing on traffic this afternoon. It's a mess around town. We have that one problem on Waveland Museum Lane and near Nicholasville Road where they've shut it down because of the vehicle versus the train. And that's just having an impact all around Nicholasville Road, bumper to bumper from Man o' War all the way out to Brandon Crossing and beyond, and trying to get to Jefferson County. There's also the collision that police are still working on Versailles Road. This is near Van Meter, right smack dab near Keeneland traffic, which is going to have an impact as well. Drive times, it's a slow go to Versailles. It's very slow right now to Nicholasville, especially from Lexington. It looks like to Madison County on 75, nothing major impacting us there. And to Winchester looks good on 64. Now back in the studio.
Brian is joining us now, and Brian, we'll have some baseball tonight.
Hopefully, the Cats and Hogs, they were rained out last night, and the rain's forcing the Derby favorite to put off serious work, but still looking pretty good. We'll have that next.
Good morning, Doc.
One mad genius versus a team of geniuses.
He's crazier than ever.
CBS this Monday.
You know something that you're not telling me.
You're scaring me.
This will not turn out well for you.
I love you, and I always will.
Let me just be clear. You're going to die today.
The Scorpion season finale, CBS this Monday, or stream it live or on demand.
Right now, the all-new Big M Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, get up to $5,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value for any trade. During the spring clearance event, new 2015 Jeep Renegade Sports, just $189 a month. Visit BigMSuperstore.com.
Hey, how are you? Good.
Whoa, I just got your text.
Yeah, that says checkout is great.
Treat your family to fresh ground chuck for $2.49 a pound. And packages of raspberries or blackberries are 3 for $5. Great food, low prices at Kroger.
Mr. Lover. Now Mr. Lover. She call me Mr. Bombastic, tell me fantastic. Touch me on me back, she says I'm Mr. Romantic. Fantastic. Touch me on me back, she says
you live life your way.
Smooth.
We can help you retire your way, too. Financial guidance while you're mastering life. From Chase, so you can.
Now take me thin no pill.
Unclaimed freight notice this weekend at American Freight. Over 1,000 truckloads of living room furniture. 7-piece living room groups that include a sofa, love seat, coffee table, 2 end tables, and 2 designer lamps. You get all 7 pieces from only $398 complete. Free layaway, same-day delivery. Come to the loading docks this weekend only at American Freight in Lexington, 272 West New Circle Road, next to Walmart, across from Jalapenos. Phone 226-0008.
Remember the feeling you got
Improvement.
when you did something you didn't know you could do?
EM&T. Improvement.
Correct. Get that feeling again with a degree from Indiana Wesleyan University.
You've made so much improvement.
Just might surprise yourself with what you can accomplish. Visit iwulexington.com to explore our courses. IWU, anything is possible.
If you have a business dispute, the consultation is free, and you don't pay us unless we're successful for you. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Right now, at the all-new Big M Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, get up to $5,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value for any trade. During Ram Truck Month, new 2016 Ram, Bighorn Crew Cab 4-wheel drives are only $199 a month. Visit BigMSuperstore.com.
Stay connected to the news that matters to you, like WKYT on Facebook.
Nyquist followed up his victory at the Breeders' Cup Juvenile last fall by winning the Florida Derby earlier this month, and he's making his way to the Kentucky Derby via Keeneland, where his work this morning postponed by early rains. Dick Gabriel has the story.
It wasn't the workout scheduled for the 2-year-old champion, so Nyquist adjusted, jogging the wrong way around Keeneland's artificial training surface once before turning and galloping one more time around. Later on, his trainer said it all looked good to him.
Track still looked good and safe, but still had some standing water, so we decided to delay the work one more day and took him down to the train track, which is synthetic here at Keeneland, and we're very happy. The track was in great condition. He galloped great, and so we're all smiling at this point.
Nyquist unofficially became the Derby favorite after being named the 2-year-old champion, but O'Neill said he could tell the colt was special long before that.
We paid a lot of money for him. He had the pedigree and the body, and he was working well, but his debut, when he won the way he did, at that point we realized he was something special.
This colt just might have that intangible something that carries him and his connections to the winner's circle on the first Saturday in May.
You come to work in the morning and you pray and hope you get a horse like Nyquist. So it's just, you just feel so blessed and honored to be part of a champion like him.
Nyquist will work tomorrow morning, and then after that, just one more work between him and the Kentucky Derby. At Keeneland, Dick Gabriel, WKYT.
Thank you very much, Dick. Right now at 4-1, Nyquist, one of the favorites to win the Run for the Roses. Last night, the 12th-ranked baseball Wildcats were rained out against Arkansas. They will play tonight at 7:30, then a doubleheader Saturday. Now, during the Vandy series a week ago, the Cats had trouble moving runners into scoring position or scoring runs with less than 2 outs. Against Louisville, that changed.
I think we're getting a little more comfortable in the box. We have a really good mindset. We did a better job of hitting with situations, running in score position, everything. Good job of having a good approach up at the plate, doing what we need to do from the beginning. I think it's going to come along. I think we're getting everybody kind of rolling at the same time, so I think it's going to be good.
So tonight, the baseball Wildcats play at 7:30 on ESPNU. Tomorrow, it's a double dip with the Cats and the Razorbacks starting at noon. Also tonight, the first 250 in attendance will get that much treasured Carl Nathy bobblehead, the former PA voice of Cliff Hagan Stadium and certainly at Commonwealth Stadium. That is a look at sports. We'll be right back.